This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
She was like the coolest dog and unbelievable dog. And we slept together every night for 19 years. But of course
Who's that lady?
This is the plaintiff, Ron Cutler. He says his dog, L.E., which stands for Licks Everyone, was on his way at 19 to being the world's oldest dog, but was viciously attacked by the defendant's dog and was ripped to shreds. He didn't have the $4,000 it was going to cost to save his life, and his dog was put out of his misery. It was a terrible tragedy. He's out $1,069 in vet bills and is suing the defendant here and now. This is the defendant, Aisha Punter. She says the plaintiff walks his dog in her backyard and teases her dogs to boot. She's told him not to and has no idea why he does. This was an accident waiting to happen. She did nothing wrong, and any predicament the plaintiff finds himself in is his own doing. She's accused of bringing an end to Licks Everything.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated and come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Ron Cutler,
Yes, ma'am.
you are suing Aisha Punter for $1,069, $569 of it a vet bill that you say is the fault of her pet, and $500 for pain and suffering. Tell me what happened.
Well, I've been living next to the defendant for about a year.
Next door?
Next door.
Okay.
We shared a common fence, but the houses were sort of reversed. My front yard was sharing
You
a
face
fence
one
with
way,
her.
she faces
Right,
another? Okay.
Right. In her backyard, she had the 3 crazed pit bulls that were kind of vicious and always like out of their minds. And you just couldn't casually stroll past down the street. Every time you did, the dogs just wanted to kill you, you know? So
How were the dogs kept in the yard?
in a triangle, sort of. Like, here's the street. The only thing is, no fence. The fence wasn't there. It was knocked down a long time ago.
Which one? The fence between your property and her property?
On her backyard, facing the street, no fence. And there's the dogs right there.
I'm sorry, but then what kept the dogs from fleeing?
They were on these tethers, 3 leashes, long ropes.
Made of what?
One was a rope, and the other 2 were like chain. And every time you walk by, they would go crazy. Especially when I took my dog out.
What kind of dog did you have?
I have a picture right here. It was a half Pekingese, half Chihuahua, 8 pounds, and she was 19 years old.
19?
19 years old.
Oh my Lord, that's a lot in dog years.
Born August 24th, 1993.
Wow.
I've had her, we've been joined at the hip for 19 years. And she was on the road to becoming the world's oldest dog. The only thing wrong with her, she lost her hearing a couple of years ago, and she had no teeth. But if you
Nothing
saw
wrong with that.
If you saw but if you saw the dog, everybody thought she was a puppy.
Right.
And she was like full of life. She was like the coolest dog and unbelievable dog. And we slept together every night for 19 years. But of course
Who's that lady?
That's a cousin.
Oh,
But But even though we slept together every night for 19 years, I mean, there was a mix of ex-wives and girlfriends everywhere, you know. So it was. I'm
So
not
tell
weird.
me,
So,
all right, so what happened?
So it happened. So, you know, every time I went outside, it was 3 times a day and walked her. He'd be very alert. And I never took my eyes off the dog, ever, until I was down the street and things were calm. Coming back, I had to go through the gauntlet again. And when I would go back into the house,
You couldn't just go the other way? I'm just curious.
it was at the end of the block.
Right?
So I had only a short end of block thing, and then there's just the road with the traffic.
Oh,
So I was
okay.
sort of restricted to this
Yeah.
side. So when I would come home and get through the gauntlet, I never walked in the house.
Is your dog on a leash?
Of course. I backed into the house all the time. I never walked into the house. I backed into the house, keep an eye on things, in case they came around the fence and got loose. Then I raced.
Had they ever gotten loose before, or you were just
Yes,
nervous?
they have. Maybe once, some time ago, but not. I heard they did. I didn't see it.
Okay.
However, a couple weeks ago, I was driving through the neighborhood, and I saw all 3 of them running down the street.
Did you take a picture?
No, I did not.
Do you
'cause
have any affidavits from anybody else who
No,
saw
I
it?
do not.
Okay, go on.
But she was sitting there. She thought it was cool. She saw me standing there,
Okay.
but she ignored me. This is
Okay.
after the dog was dead, way dead. Okay? She didn't care. So, July 7th, just passed. It was a Saturday, 4 o'clock, doing my regular thing, walking Ellie. And I went through the gauntlet, did my thing. I came back, and as I was walking by, and the dogs were doing their vicious thing, and I was watching them, all of a sudden there was somebody behind me I didn't see because I was paying attention to the dogs. And somebody said something to me like, "Oh, look at the dog," or "cute dog," or something like that. And I turned to see who it was. The second I turned my head, wouldn't you know it, the chain or the collar or something happened and one of the dogs broke free. And as I was looking to see the girl who said something, she screamed, "Watch out!" And I turned, and her pit bull was on my dog and just ripped the stomach right open and started chewing through the dog. So I jumped on top, and then there was other people around. Everybody was screaming, going berserk. And I jumped on top of the dog and was beating the dog as hard as I could in the head. The dog didn't even know I was there. And she said, "I'm chewing through the dog." My dog hasn't made a sound or barked in 15 years. And I heard sounds coming out of this dog which were ungodly, of wailing. So after beating the hell out of the dog, and nothing happened, I picked up my dog under her neck and on her butt, and I picked her up off the ground to try to get away from the pit bull. The pit bull was not let go, and I had my dog and the pit bull off in the air, and the pit bull was chewing through the dog in midair. So then I slammed the dogs down. It didn't matter. And then a couple of seconds later, her son, the 10-year-old, came racing out of the house and gave a command to the dog to let go. The pit bull immediately let go. The kid and the dog beat feet. They're gone.
They go back into the house?
Into the house. Both of them, like they were, like the dog knew what was going on. You know, the pit bull.
Well, the pit bull's being a pit bull.
Pit bull being pit bull, vicious. So, I had my wallet on me. For some reason, I had my keys. The dog is like, all her stuff was out. The intestines were laying everywhere. So I picked the dog quick, and I put everything back in the stomach, and I folded it like that. And I jumped in my car. And I knew in the next town, nearby, there was some 24-hour vet place, hospital with surgeons on call. My vet, who took my dog under his wing years ago, he was too far away and it was too late in the day. So I went down to this hospital and I was holding the dog. And the dog was looking up at me and saying, "Oh, please help me, please help me, please, please, please." I just, we were so tuned together that she's just looking at me and she just knew I was, I was there, please save me. Go into the vet place and I scream, "Help, my dog is, help me, help me, help me." So they take the dog in the back and a couple minutes, 10 minutes later, they come out and they said, "It doesn't look too good." But $4,000, we give it a shot. But we can't guarantee that she'll live. I don't have $4,000. If I had $100,000 and they wanted that, I would have given it to them. It doesn't matter, you know? I said, I got $4,000. What do you got? I said, I got $1,000. We'll take it. I said, what do I get? You know, what do you do with that? Well, we're not going to do anything. We'll just keep an eye on her, keep her comfortable until you can bring her to your vet on Monday morning. This was Saturday night. So I'm going, well, it didn't matter, you know? Keep her comfortable, what does that mean? Well, we're not going to do anything.
Well, they're going to take her out of her pain, I guess. But
Yeah, they'll give her a little pain thing and whatever.
Right. So you give them the $1,000.
So I race home, clean out my wallet, come back with the bread, give them the money. I look at the dog's just going, help me. And, but they had just had a little cage.
So you left the $1,000 and the dog.
And the dog.
Then what happened?
I went right to the police station.
Okay.
Filed a police report immediately.
Right.
Raced home to our house. And usually this street is always packed with all kinds of people. Kids playing ball, people on bike. It was just packed with people. I went down the street. It was like an atomic bomb went off out of some movie. It was totally deserted, like surreal. Because the word went out, what happened? Hey, the cops are coming. So everybody split.
All right. So you knock on her door.
I didn't knock on the door. I was afraid to get out of the car.
Okay. Did you ever talk to her?
No, so I screamed. I don't want to tell you what I screamed, but I was screaming all kinds of stuff, you know? They were probably hiding in the house. So then, after I saw I wasn't getting anywhere with that, I went home. The sun was still out.
Did you ever talk to her, yes or no?
No.
Okay.
So then, I didn't
Just
know
a minute. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You tell me what you know.
Okay.
Were you home when this happened?
I can't recall whether or not I was home, but nothing that this man is sitting here saying is true at all. Okay. We have this big street. My dogs are not the only dogs on that block. You can walk across the street. You can walk the other way. There is no traffic or nothing like that.
Well, but just a second. What kind of
straight
dogs?
to that.
First of all, talk to me. Do not talk to her. Do not talk to him. Talk to me. Okay.
I have 3 pit bulls. They're
And you
rescue
keep them on
dogs.
chains?
No, they only come outside once in a while. They're not outside all day long because they're in the house. We keep them inside. They was on tie-out chains that I got from Almost Home Rescue. And these
What are tie-out chains?
Okay, they're cables.
Do you have a picture?
No, I don't have a picture, but they're cables, like that they use to tow planes or whatever. This is what the lady told me. They're not gonna break. Now, the day that he's talking about, I'm not even sure about this day because, like I said, I wasn't there. But
Who was there? Was there anybody in your family there?
No, there was nobody home, and we don't leave the dogs outside when we're not home. The dogs stay in the house. So he's claiming that the dog came outside and attacked his dog. I've watched him numerous
Wait a minute, stop. You don't leave the dogs outside
No,
when you're not home.
no.
Right. And according to him, the dogs were outside, so somebody was home.
No, I mean, like
You
I
just,
said,
just think he's
I don't-
you just think he's completely making the whole thing up? Because I know the dog died, and the dog died from injuries from a bite.
Yes,
So-
I'm aware that the dog died, but as
Right.
far as my dog attacking his dog, I don't believe
Why
that.
would he want to pin it on your dog if it was a different dog?
I have no idea, but I know the vet lady that comes and checks on the dog, she came over that same day, and I had her check the dog, and she said there was no blood or anything in the dog's mouth, like nothing, so I don't know.
Is she here?
No, but she
Do you have
wrote
an
me-
affidavit from her?
Yes.
Let me see it.
So I don't know, what he's saying.
This summer, soccer is here, and so are the watch parties. And Uber Eats has your game day essentials covered. Everything you need to keep your crowd happy, delivered straight to your door. Get wings, pizza, chips, dips, fresh ingredients, and more. Keep the soccer going and all your game day essentials flowing. Order in so you can lock in for the games. Only on Uber Eats for a limited time.
This summer, Prime Video takes you back before Legally Blonde, before law school, and into the world of Elle Woods in high school. Set in 1995, this Gemini vegetarian knows exactly who she is until her family moves from Bel Air to Seattle. Packed with iconic fashion, 90s nostalgia, and a throwback soundtrack, Elle proves one thing. Law school was hard. High school was harder. From the world of Legally Blonde, watch Elle, a new original series only on Prime Video. Watch now.
Did you talk to your kids?
I talked to my son.
Do you have a 10-year-old?
Yes. And I
Is
have
your
a
10-year-old
witness here.
Is your 10-year-old here?
No, he's not. But I do have witnesses here.
What are they witnesses to?
The guy come into the house.
What guy coming to the...
Mr. Cutter, I
Okay,
believe.
come on up. Go ahead.
When I was inside my kitchen, and I saw him when he pulled up. He just pulled up and he stopped right there in front of the house, and he just started blowing the horn. He just kept blowing and blowing and blowing. I said, wait a minute, why is he blowing the horn like that? So I rode outside on my ramp, and I was just sitting there, and he was still blowing the horn. He rolled the window down. He said, that's okay. If nobody want to come to the door or answer me, I'll be back. I'll be back with the police. So I said, oh, wow. I said, I don't know what's going on, but I said, I'm going to sit here and wait, because I know when nobody in
breaking
her
up
house.
the monotony.
Well, I'm looking at him nosy like that, but, I saw him. But all this other stuff, I didn't know anything about it.
Did you hear when the dog thing happened?
I didn't hear anything.
Did you talk to anybody who did?
Nope.
Okay, so then what happens?
He just pulled up there and said, if nobody's going to come to the door and talk to me, I'll be back with the police.
And did he?
So, no. I stayed outside until Albert came to her husband
Okay,
came.
come on up. Thank you. So then she tells you what's up, and then?
Okay, so now I get into my car, and the way he's describing this is totally wrong. We live on 13th Street. He lives on 12th. That's the house behind us. That's technically our backyard. I get in the car, I drive around the corner, and I go knock on the door. He lives in a rooming house, so another guy comes to the door, and I ask for this man, and he comes to the door, and I'm asking him what happened. So he's telling me that he was walking the dog, and he was basically the street and the sidewalk. He has plenty of room to walk on the street, but he chooses to walk up where the dog is.
The backyard.
I'll say the edge of our backyard.
Okay, does your backyard have a fence there?
There was a fence there, but we had cesspool problems, so they had to take that piece down, and
So
they
there's
put
no
a new
fence,
septic
and he
piece in there.
chooses to walk right where your dogs can get at him?
No,
Because he's on the sidewalk?
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
He has a history of coming into our backyard and letting his dog use the bathroom, and he sees the dogs are there on the chain.
With no fence?
No, it wasn't a piece there because, like I said, we had septic problems, and they came and put a new septic system in.
Would you have frequently take your 15-inch long dog into a yard that is unfenced with 3 pit bulls on chains?
Honestly, if the dogs weren't there, they were there all the time. But if they weren't there, I would let them walk on this much grass off the road, and they were 20 feet away. They're full of it, okay?
Go on.
Totally.
Okay. As I was saying, it's a numerous amount of times.
So what did he tell you? He told you the same thing he said here?
I came around and talked to him. No, he wasn't. It's nothing like this. He was telling me that he was walking the dog on the edge of where the fence and where the street.
Wait a second. Go.
He was telling me that he was walking the dog between the edge of the fence and where the street is, where he normally comes, and then makes that little turn into the yard and let him use the bathroom by the fence that separates our yard and his yard. I spoke to him and I was like, well, I really don't know what happened here. I'm just trying to find out what's going on. You came around here ranting and raving and cursing at my kids and stuff instead of talking to the adults here. If there was a problem, you should have gotten out of your car and knocked on the door, like I came around here and did to you. So, long story short, he shows me a vet bill. So I'm saying to him, listen, sir, I don't have any proof that my dog did anything. Because right after the attack, she did contact the person that takes care of our dogs and stuff like that. And she came over and she looked at the dog and she's like, well, I don't see any blood.
If there was no one home, how was she able to look at the dog if the dog wasn't outside?
No, she called the person after I had came around from the corner speaking to this young man about what had happened with the dogs in particular itself. So once we knew what was going on with the story, she got on the phone and called the lady, and she came out to the house and looked at the dog. Now, he had informed me
Who was at the house when she came to the house to look at the dog?
All of us were home by then. This was later on in the afternoon. Like, this must have happened during
Why does she need to come over and look at the dog when you have eyeballs and you're there?
Because I didn't see his dog. And I didn't see anything
Doesn't
wrong with
matter.
ours.
You're not making any sense. You folks are telling me how your dog's worn out because there was nobody home. But then you're telling me how you are, I guess, at work or somewhere else where you have to call somebody to come and look at the dog, to check on the dog. But the person is able to check on the dog, but the dog's not outside, but there's nobody home.
No.
Ma'am, I never said that the dog was outside. I wasn't even home when the incident happened. When I came home, this is what my children told me what happened.
Why wasn't the first thing you said to him when you talked to him, what are you talking about? My dog wasn't even outside.
That was what I was talking about, but I couldn't say that the dog wasn't outside because I wasn't home to know if the dog was outside or not.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Are pit bulls unsafe dogs? We go through this all the time.
No, they're not. The only inherently dangerous animal are humans.
Interesting. So you think that the humans can determine what the pit bull is like?
Yes.
That's your point. What do you say?
Oh no, it's not the pit bull's fault. It's the people that are taking care of them. I work at a pet store too, so it's just the people.
Okay, so you're like a doctor of dog.
Well, I'm not a doctor of dogs.
I got your point. Going inside the courtroom.
What time did this happen?
4 p.m.
On a weekday?
Saturday.
On a Saturday?
He even denied owning a dog.
No, that's not true.
My
I told him
landlord
at the
said-
time
my
that this went on that we had paperwork for our dogs and we had everything straight with our dogs.
I have a question. I want you to give me something I can hang my hat on. Tell me why he would blame it on your dog. And immediately, because he's not only saying, he's testified a certain way. He testified that way to you that day. He testified that way to the police minutes afterwards, okay? And, so tell me, if some other dog did the bad thing, what motivation does he have to pin it on you?
Can I say something,
Ma'am,
please?
there's a list of dogs like we have in our neighborhood.
I know, but you can't possibly. Wait, stop. Hold on. I have eyewitness testimony, which is pretty compelling about how it happened. Okay? I have you, and it's very hard to prove a negative. You're just basically standing there saying, did not, there's lots of dogs. No. Can you imagine if that alone could win in court? Then every neighborhood where there's dogs, no one can ever be responsible for their dogs. I mean, if there's something about his testimony that didn't ring true, I'd say, you know what? Maybe it was really because I'm not hearing it.
And
I'm not hearing it.
Ma'am, the police never came. That's another thing.
They never. I see the police. Yeah, I see the police report. You want to see it?
Never came to the house.
I don't know. Maybe you guys won't answer when the police knock. I don't know what the answer is.
That's not true at all.
I know, but are you listening to me? There's a police report. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Go ahead. There's a police report of him calling out.
Okay. Well, like I said, the police never came to the house. As far as my dogs are
I know, but that doesn't make him a liar because the police didn't follow up.
Ma'am, he is lying. He's lying because there's other dogs on the block, and I know that
I can't hear both of you. I can't hear both of you at the same time. Either one, I'll hear you both, but just not at the same time. Go ahead.
The fact of the matter is that he's lying about that. He's saying that he was on the street and the dog broke the chain to get to his dog.
How do you know?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Okay,
I guess
now what did you want to say?
Okay, what I'm trying to understand here is he keeps saying that the dogs are vicious. There's days when you have came by with a leaf
blower. You are
blower,
not talking to him again.
You're tormenting the dogs and stuff like that.
How would he torment your dog?
Okay, he's blowing leaves in the dog's faces.
Wait.
He's outside with the leaf blower. He's letting the dogs he's letting his dog use the bathroom on the property where he knows our dogs are tied up at.
If that's true, that would be pretty nuts.
Judge, she's talking about my landlord. Not me.
I'm talking about you.
No, but see, this is going to show you that they are messing with the dogs. They would take the leaf blower and put the leaf blower in the dog's face. Where he's staying at. He just finished saying that the landlord was doing that. So therefore, if you're bringing the dog over there to use the restroom and everything else, how the dog
I don't know what the landlord's doing. I don't care what the landlord's doing. I want you guys to listen to me. Okay? I think it's lovely that you're rescuing pit bulls. But if you're going to do that, I think you should fix the fence. I think you should have some added security. Because it's not the dog that is a problem. It's not the pit bull that's a problem. It's the people who have the pit bull that are the problem. Okay? And if you cannot contain the dogs, you cannot contain the dogs effectively. First of all, stop adopting more pit bulls. Okay? I think you have more than you can handle. And I really think that if you cannot afford to fix a fence in a yard with 3 pit bulls, you cannot afford another pit bull care. So I think it's now, put your hands down. No. Now you're gonna listen. Now it's time to fix the darn fence, okay? I have his testimony, which as far as I'm concerned, is imminently believable. I have no one home in that side according to you, but you don't bring me the kid who you know he's saying took the dog in so that I could cross-examine the child. Fine, he's a child. You can make that decision, but that makes me uncomfortable because I can be very delicate with children, and children will usually tell me what really happened. Not my children, but other people's children. What he is suing for, you paid the vet $1,000. Apparently the vet gave you some money back.
Well, because the deal was till Monday morning, take care, but the dog passed Saturday night. So they gave me a refund on, you know.
So what you're suing for is the $569 that you're out, and then $500 for pain and suffering.
Yes.
Okay. You cannot get pain and suffering, even though I know it's one of the...
I was just trying to make a point.
Right. I understand that. But dogs are considered in the eyes of the law as property. So you're entitled to the property, what you're out as a result. What you're out is irreplaceable, okay? But as for the $569, I'm going to order the defendant to pay you the $569. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
So the plaintiff has collected here in the People's Court. Let's talk to the defendant, the pit bull people. What's your reaction to it?
The guy was lying, totally. It makes no sense.
Are you going to stop adopting pit bulls at this
It's
point?
not a point of adopting pit bulls, like I said. My dogs are well taken care of. The fence incident has nothing to do with it.
What about the fence? You going to fix it?
The fence has nothing to do with it. Keep your dog in your property on your
You're not going to fix the
live.
fence?
I mean, eventually the fence is going to get fixed, yes.
Listen, have you ever turned to him and said, hey, look, I feel your pain. You know, there must have been a terrible loss.
I actually went to this man and spoke to him like a human being, and, you know, to come to court and to have a whole bunch of lies thrown at you, that's...
All right, right around the corner there.
Right,
It's the fence.
Man, that goes back to you.
All right, so come on out here. It's probably feels to you like your own stomach was ripped out there. Come on, step in here. What are you shaking your head about, and what's going through your mind?
These people hallucinating. There was everything they said was just full of, there was just total lies. I was in the middle of the street. They get excited when their dogs would go crazy.
How much do you miss L.E.?
Pretty serious. In 19 years, a third of my life, I was with this dog. And we had a special bond. I never went anywhere without her.
Have you gotten another dog yet?
No, I don't think I can handle that. Too much pain.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, well, here's the deal. Look, whether pit bulls are unsafe or not unsafe, the fact is, if they end up being unsafe and the owner isn't being responsible, call your local Department of Animal Control. They can come out, they will investigate the situation, and if the owner will not deal with it, ultimately they can get the animal removed. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel, maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
This is the plaintiff, Talia Travis. She says her parked car was involved in an accident the defendant had with another car, and now her car and her fence are wrecked. She's very grateful her daughter wasn't outside during the accident, because if she was, she shudders to think how hurt she could have been. Bottom line, the defendant needs to pay up for the damages to the tune of $1,009.50. This is the defendant, Aida Muhammad. She says she was hit by a drunk driver and her car was pushed into the defendant's parked car. She had no control over the accident because the guy ran a stop sign and was arrested. Why the plaintiff is suing her is a mystery because she doesn't owe anyone anything. She's accused of cracking up.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Talia Travis?
Talia, yes.
Talia. And Aida Muhammad?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Travis, you're suing Ms. Muhammad for $1,009.50, half the value to repair your car and a fence, because according to you, she had a car accident with a third party who's not being sued here today, and they ended up colliding into your fence.
In my car, yes.
Okay. You didn't actually witness what happened, right?
No.
Okay. I want you to show me what it is that happened. Come on up to the diagram.
There you go.
All right, let me just get a few things straight here. This is a four-way stop?
Yes.
Oh, look at this fence, how cute. All right, here's your white picket fence. Is it a white picket fence?
No, it isn't.
Well, it is now. All right, the white picket fence, that's her house. So pick her car and put it somewhere, and then pick yours and the third party's. Okay.
I didn't see his car.
Okay.
So as I was coming, I was hit on my passenger side.
Okay, did that guy, is it your testimony that guy just never even stopped?
No.
Didn't even
He
stop?
wasn't at the stop sign with me at all.
Okay.
And I got hit on my passenger side, and I ended up over at her fence. So his car was on my car.
Oh,
and
goodness.
her car.
They both...
My car wasn't touching
They
her car.
tag-teamed her car.
My car hit her fence. His
Right.
car was on both of our cars. The
Do you
front
know
of
if your
her-
car hit her car too on the way to
No,
the fence?
No.
Okay, go ahead and go back. You're in your house.
Yes.
Who's the fellow with you?
My husband.
Was he in the house too?
Yes.
Okay, come on up. So you folks are in your house, and it's what time of day or night?
It's the afternoon.
Okay. And what happens?
I thought it was thunderstorming outside.
Right.
I heard like a loud boom. I was like, are we having another little earthquake? So when I looked outside, I seen my car on a pavement, and I seen the other two cars, and I was like, oh my Lord. So then went outside. I had pajamas on and everything, so we ran outside. Had to let my two
Pajamas out in the
children.
middle of the afternoon. How nice for you.
Yeah, I know.
See, all those things your mother always tells you, so you run out. And what happens?
So I had to leave my children in the house, so we went outside to just view what was like going on. So.
Okay. And what happens? What discussion takes place? What do you guys see?
She was actually on the property, so I asked her. I was like, what happened? And she was like, crying and everything.
What did
so
she say?
She said he hit her.
Right. And then what did he say? Did you folks talk to him?
Yes, we wound up talking to him. He was a little irate. He was intoxicated. He said that she hit him.
Intoxicated?
Yes.
In fact, he ended up getting arrested for DUI, didn't he?
Right.
Okay, go on.
And that's how it was. He was saying she hit me, and she was saying he hit her.
Okay. And what ends up happening? Do you end up having to go to the hospital or anything?
I did go to the hospital.
But everything was fine?
Mm-hmm.
You just had to be checked out or whatever. And what about that fellow? Where'd he go, the pokey? He got arrested and they took him to jail?
Hospital first. and then
Hospital first,
they
jail
took-
later.
They handcuffed him to the bed.
They handcuffed him to the bed. Okay, so you tell me, did you have any discussions with him?
Not really, but as far as back to her diagram,
Go ahead.
her car actually
Go ahead,
did.
come on up and
Okay.
change it the way you think it should look.
This is how the accident happened.
It's actually another car,
But-
though.
Basically, what happened was our car was a little bit further back.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't this close to the stop sign.
Okay.
So he did hit the car, but in the midst of him hitting her,
They both
she
hit
did
the
clip
car.
the front of my car.
Okay.
And he hit the side like this, which then, it knocked my car on the sidewalk.
Okay.
And then she just kept going into the fence.
Into the fence. Right. I gotcha. Do you guys have pictures of the
Yes.
car sandwich?
You're welcome.
Whose car is the silver car?
That's
That's your,
That's the
that's
one I
yours,
was
right?
driving.
Okay. And then the navy car is
my car.
that's
van.
your car.
Yes.
So this guy was driving a what? The van?
I believe it was our car is the van.
Your
I
car's the
believe
van, I
he was
got it.
driving a Monte Carlo.
Okay.
It was like
I believe
green.
it
It
was.
was like
It was
Oh my
green
goodness,
colored
look at the
car.
damage on his. Look at the damage on yours. This had to be scary.
It was.
Why are you suing Aida Muhammad and not the drunk guy?
Well,
Inquiring minds want to know. Go ahead.
I'm not suing him because they already offered us 50%.
50%?
Yes.
Who's they? The insurance company?
Yes.
Oh, show me the insurance. Show me what they sent you.
I mean, basically, what they're saying is by the police report, they can't
The
tell
pit-
who was at fault of the accident.
Really?
Right.
Yes.
Because I got to see if you got a different police report than I've got. Show me the police report you guys have. Do you have one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the police report.
Really? You sure it's not just some insurance company trying to keep money inside their pockets instead of in yours?
That's possible.
It's,
I mean,
it's a possibility, but
I just
You
wanna
guys,
get-
you poor things. You're the only ones I know aren't at fault.
I just wanna
Okay,
get
you're
maybe,
minding your
like-
own business and cars start raining on you. I know it's not your fault. So you're busy wasting your lives now trying to get somebody to come. What happened with the car? To get totaled?
The bad part about it is he had just came back from like filling it up with gas, oil change, car wash, and then it got
That's
smacked.
not the bad part about it, but okay, I know that's kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's just even more annoying. I got it.
Gas is $4 a gallon.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to assume your car is worth a little more than the gas, but what did they tow all the cars, including yours, or what?
They totaled it, but they didn't tow it.
They didn't tow it?
No.
Did you have to tow it?
It's still sitting there.
Get out of here. It's all crashed up like that still there?
Yeah.
And the city's not giving you a hard time?
Well, the registration is current and the insurance is current. So.
Yeah, but you can't possibly have that kind of eyesore out there. All right, let's figure this out. All right. Unit 1 was traveling southbound on Michener Avenue. Unit 2 was traveling westbound. Unit 2 came to a complete stop per statement. That would be you. And continued to travel when Unit 1 came into the intersection, striking Unit 2, causing both vehicles to go off the highway, and Unit 1 striking Unit 3, that's your car.
Yes.
Which then struck Unit 4. Wait, there's a fourth car. That's why I had some impression.
Yes.
What's the fourth car?
The fourth car is what my car hit.
Your car hit some
someone
fourth party's car?
behind us.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, and what happened with that person? They get their...
They're having problems with retrieving money, too. Like, they actually called my insurance company.
Well, you didn't do. You're the only one who's not going to be paying anything. For both Units 3 and 4 were parked legally and unattended. Upon police arrival, the driver of Unit 1 was very irate.
Yes, he was.
And had a strong odor of alcohol.
Yes, he did.
Red, glassy eyes, slurred speech. Both drivers were transferred to AEMC, some medical center, I guess, by medic units, both towed from scene. Okay, what about that makes his insurance company not know who's at fault? I mean, the police weren't there. They can't say how the accident happened. But let me see if I've got this straight. I've got one person who was there who says it happened in this way. And then I've got a drunk guy.
Who's irate?
Who's irate, glassy-eyed. So it's not like, it's not that I don't understand a world where some people can hold their liquor better than others. Yeah. Like, people who can hold their liquor better than others might be perfectly focused when they have a little bit of alcohol in them.
Yes.
So he might be able to tell me how the accident happened, but still be legally unable to drive. Okay. I understand there's that little world in there, except for that's not my case. Because in my case, I got the cops talking about how he was glassy-eyed, irate, firing a speech. So they got a sloppy drunk. Everybody agrees it's a sloppy drunk, and that's the guy I'm supposed to trust on how the accident happened. I can't believe that. I don't blame you. I'm not faulting you. I know I sound like it, but I'm not. You are frustrated. You're caught in the middle, literally. You're trying to get somebody to pay. You have one insurance company that's saying we'll pay half because they're pointing the fingers at each other. Who do they think they are? The only evidence that she did. Oh, by the way, you were driving on a suspended license?
Yes.
What's that about?
So, is the defendant responsible for this accident?
Yes, yeah. It's a fair world, and sometimes you'll get stuck in the middle. That's just the way it is.
Well, I'm not sure that makes it a fair world. Is the defendant responsible? The defendant didn't do anything wrong, mind you.
I don't think they're responsible.
Why?
I mean, it wasn't their fault that he got hit.
Okay, tiebreaker.
I don't know.
Okay. Going inside the courtroom.
Why were you driving with a suspended license? Because you're selfish and you're a scofflaw? Oh, and by the way, why was your license suspended?
I didn't pay a payment on my ticket.
Okay, do you have any evidence that it's something other than that? No. Okay. All right. That maybe there should be a world where that somehow has some. Put your hand down. Has some culpability in an accident, but it doesn't. I have to know. I have to look at it and say, how did this accident happen? And the police can deal with her on. You got a ticket for driving with a suspended license, right? So there's going to be huge problems for her in that realm. My realm here is I just got to figure out how this happened. Okay. And I can tell you this, for you to be able to collect from her, you got to be able to prove it happened, that she's at fault. And you know what you got to prove that? Nada. You got a hearsay statement by a drunken fool who got charged with DUI. So let me tell you what's going to happen here. You're going to collect. You're going to collect 100% from that insurance company. I cannot enter a judgment saying that you could, because you didn't sue that guy here. I don't have him. Okay? But that's what you have to do. And watch me. Watch my lips. Watch my lips when I say, trust me, they're going to cave. They're pushing you around because they can.
Oh, okay. We did decline, though, but they sat there and sent in another thing saying only 50% because they feel as though he was only 50%.
You tell the adjuster, okay, that you went on the people's court and that Judge Milan is disgusted with the way they're treating you.
Okay.
If their guy is a drunken fool, you, help me out, all right?
Yes.
You, before you leave here today, are gonna write out a statement for your use. You all live in the same town, right?
I think yes.
And you have her current address and everything else, because you're gonna be called as a witness, and what are you gonna do? Cooperate fully.
Yes.
All right, but it's not gonna get to that, because I'm telling you right now, this insurance company's gonna cave and just pay his whole thing. They'll drop him as a client, and they'll pay you all of your damages, because that's what they have to do. How are they can't prove that it was her fault at all. Why? On their drunken guy's statement, he's drunk. And the same way I'm looking at it is the way the next judge is gonna look at it.
So how does it work when it...
How it works is you sue the guy. Okay. His insurance company then gets brought in. Before you go to the first hearing, that insurance company is not going to pay a lawyer $500 an hour to litigate this stinky case for them. Okay. Trust me on this. And you know what? Drop me a line and let me know how it went. Okay. So we know that it went. And if worst case scenario, you do have to go to court, you're going to win. This is ridiculous. And then they're also going to pay a lawyer. So it's not going to happen. They are pushing you around because they can. Okay. That's the problem. That you're nice people, and you say, okay, I'll get the other half from her. That's why this is happening.
That's what they said to do, like get the other.
Yeah, I'm sure they said to do. I'm sure they said, because some miserable, cheap adjuster over $1,000 put you through this work. It's just.
It wasn't his insurance though. It was his girlfriend's insurance.
Doesn't matter. Is that her
Doesn't
car?
matter. Yes.
Yeah. But she's on the hook.
So now do I sue her or him?
You sue both.
Okay.
Okay, all right, I need to. Okay, I got like the wave going on that side of the room. All right, yes, you sue him, you name him, and you name her. Okay?
All righty.
All righty. Good luck. My verdict in this case is for the defendant for the reasons I've already explained. But you're going to cooperate fully. Make sure she gives a statement before she leaves. Now, let me see it too, because I want to make sure it's a good one. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Well, with Judge Millian completely on their side, you lose the verdict. But what do you think coming out of the courtroom this way?
Well, I didn't know whose fault it was, so.
What's your next step? She told you what to do. The judge did.
Yes, so we're going to have to go pay more court costs to try to sue the other.
Well, she said you should be confident you're going to win if you sue the drunken party, right?
Yes, but I've been through this before where I didn't get compensated, so. I won the case, but I didn't get compensated.
All right. She's still not too confident. Doesn't seem like you're too confident. Her head right down there. Wouldn't have been so bad if the accident happened. Their tank was empty, but it was full. So what do you think of the outcome here?
I feel it was right. I do think she should get paid, but I don't think it should come from me.
All right. So
it wasn't my fault.
Will you go out of your way to totally cooperate with them so they can get what's coming to them?
I will help her.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Harvey?
Okay, the drunk driver was found guilty, so his insurance company paid for the accident 100%. The defendant submitted a letter. It wasn't necessary because the third party paid.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month, even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending, zero tears.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.